In today's shave, we're using Extro Cosmesi Pirata, coming right up. Welcome to the Lather Hog channel, where we talk about all things wet shaving. I'm your host John, and today we're wrapping up Euro Soap Week using Extro Cosmesi Pirata. Extro Cosmesi comes to us from Italy, and it is a crope, otherwise known as a soft soap or a hard cream. This is not a scented candle. This is the soap itself. And there's some extra skin food in here, royal jelly, and paprika extract or paprika oil. And given that paprika, when I've cooked with it, it has a red color, a strong red color, I'm guessing that's what's imparting this almost strawberry jam-like color to it. You can also see a little bit of the logo kind of stamped on top. But this is an extremely heavy jar. I mean, this, you could use this for self-defense if you wanted to. It also has quite the striking label right on top, Pirata or Pirate. I think my buddy Lather Me Whiskers over on Instagram, who often does in-character shaves as a pirate, would love this one. I was able to pick this one up from West Coast Shaving for about $21 USD, so it's not too bad either. I know some of the European soaps I've been using this week do price a little bit higher, albeit, if it's a triple milled soap or there's just more in quantity, a lot of times that price kind of does reflect that. We'll get more into the scent and performance of things once we get into the shave, but let me show you what else we're going to use today first. First up for the razor is a special request from my buddy HD over at HD Shaves, and that is the Gem Junior. I haven't used this too much since my last razors about our gem razors for you, the Second Chances video, so it's about time to use this anyhow. So we're busting out the Gem Junior, a nice vintage razor, unique looking. Little, this portion flips up, lets you put in, exchange the blade. And my brush is from Wild West Brushworks, and that is this lovely combination of black, white, red. I believe he called this Pour Belfour. There's also a 26mm Game Changer or Boss type synthetic knot here. Really love this knot. And lastly for the post shave, we're gonna go with fine Italian citrus coupled with Barrister and Mann Unscented Aftershave Balm. I almost forgot to mention, given that it's a very soft soap, you probably could lather it from the jar, but given kind of the unwieldiness of the heavy glass jar, I want to use a shave bowl instead. And you can see the Pereira shave bowl here, lightweight, very strong. You can see that it's still that strawberry jam red color, but upon lathering, it'll turn to a very light pink hue that shouldn't stain your skin, although I would still be careful with any natural hair brushes you might have. Alright, so I just want to show you what the lather looks like after some work. It is basically pink like cotton candy. And you can even see some kind of spots of white coming out, kind of like a normal soap would. The same thing with the brush. It's light pink. It's not that deep red anymore. But from here, let's transfer the lather to the face. I do apologize for the clinking around. I think that's one of those things that comes along with bowl lathering. Alright, so while I'm putting on this cotton candy, kind of playfully pink lather, the scent on the website was described as an Italian barbershop. And pro tip, when you hear Italian barbershop, usually it is a nod to a very well-known men's fragrance cologne called Aqua de Parma Colonia. And so that's why I paired it with fine Italian citrus, which is a dupe of that scent as well. And for those unfamiliar with Aqua de Parma, well, first I do want to mention that I know Glenn Helley, he recently did a video that featured a couple of different artisans' take on Aqua de Parma. I think his favorite was Sterling's version called Piacenza. But this is an old school scent that I actually enjoy very much so. I'll throw up the scent notes right now, but ones to note are bergamot, rosemary, even I think fern is straight up listed there. It's a nice, clean, masculine scent. I think it's quite appealing. I don't like too many old school scents, but I do enjoy the Aqua de Parma type soap type scents. You can probably also tell by the lather, it is very fluffy. Fluffy, airy. It's not super dense. It kind of continues that trend of the European soaps having a lighter texture. I would say some of the other ones, like the Nuevia, were denser, kind of creamier in look. Cotton Candy probably is a really good description of the lightness of this lather. Here's one more look at that pink lather. I do apologize for the lighting. See my face here. Working with 3 days worth of growth. All right, so here we go. Gem Junior with the grain pass. It took a little bit to figure this one out, but basically just really riding this really broad top cap. It is a single edge razor, although I think most times, I don't know, single edge, I'm not much of a single edge guy, but I do know between the gem, the injector style, and the Artist Club type, I mean, those are all technically single edge, and I do feel like they're also all very different from one another. I know the look of the gem is not for everyone, but I do find it kind of charming. It literally looks like an antique, but fully functioning. And if you are in the market for a gem razor, depending which one, they're all pretty affordable. I feel like they're like $20 and under, depending if you can snag a deal or not. This one in particular was a gift from a friend. But there's no problems whatsoever knocking down 3 days of growth. I do see some fairly long, beard hair in the sink. But at the same time, it's very comfortable. You can see here, like, I don't feel too much of the blade. It's not really focusing on it. I apologize, but it's getting the job done. It took me trying 3 different gem style razors to find one I like. The first one of all the ones I tried was considered the most aggressive, and that was the open comb Micromatic. And you don't really see me using open combs much anyway in my lineup, other than one double open comb style from Yaki. But that one was a rough one to learn on. I definitely didn't get the right angle. I instead of letting this, really big top cap just be flush against my cheek, I think I hovered way too much. I rinsed off. Here we go with the second pass. Whoops. I don't know if you saw that. Just a ball of lather just kind of rolled down my shirt. As I mentioned last time, doing this theme week has been really fun. So we'll see what other themes we can come up with. What actually I'd like to do is to intersperse these European soaps in my lineup. It'll be a really nice way to have variety in my, in my shaves day in, day out. can probably hear some of that audio feedback there. I guess with single edges, since you can't just flip around the razor to get the other side, you do wind up rinsing more. I mean, not really a big deal, but just trying to observe the differences. And before, when we're talking about single edge razors, I did mention the Artist Club. I've tried Injector, and obviously I've tried Gem. The Artist Club style single edge razors, I haven't used at all. So if that is kind of if that's your jam, or you just really like them, let me know in the comments below. What's your favorite of the Artist Club style? Please keep in mind, I'm not gonna drop I'm not gonna drop over $100 on something I've never used before, especially I need to buy a special type of blade for it. All that being said, I still would want to know what your favorite is, or even like what's a good one to start on. So share your thoughts in the comments below. So I'm gonna do that cleanup pass underneath this area here. Or just in case it wasn't clear in the edit of the video, I did do the thing where I put leftover, lather as a post shave, kind of let it rest on the face as I put away, cleaned up the other stuff. If you couldn't tell, I actually really come to like that little practice in the routine, so I'll be keeping that up. One other thing I think that one other observation I did want to share as we are at the end of Euro Soap Week. I didn't find any of these soaps I used this week as overly drying. And also, slickness was never wanting. So I've had really good experiences, honestly, with everything I've tried. I actually still have more European soaps that I could use. So again, I'll be peppering those throughout. If it winds up that I have like an abundance of European soaps after kind of going down this rabbit hole, we'll just do another Euro Soap Week, and maybe I'll give you guys more of a heads up in case you want to participate. So feeling my face, I can still feel a good amount of residual slickness. Like if I had to touch up any stray whiskers, it wouldn't be a problem. So anyway, I gotta get on with my day, so let's move into the post shave. First up, let's go with the Fine Italian Citrus, a really great dupe of Aqua Parma Colonia. That would also be the obvious choice for what to pair, what cologne to pair with this shave. Funny enough, because there's so many flankers and scents in the Aqua Parma line, I actually don't own a bottle. Not that I don't want to, I'm a little bit kind of frozen with too many options, because they have their kind of Mediterranean line in the blue bottles. They're really great for the warm weather. And then obviously there's this classic one of the Colonia, which is really just all year round, kind of like barbershop, whether they're American barbershop, Italian barbershop style scents, they're good all year round. So versatility is definitely a great benefit of this style of scent. Also the aftershave balm from Barrister and Mann. This one absorbs into the skin really lightly. Go with that. I talked with Will Carius of Barrister Man really briefly about the balm, and he did mention that it was made with intention of being able to use it all year round. So it's not tacky at all. it absorbs to the skin, I think, relatively fast. And I really like using it, most important of all. So now for the question of the day, have you used Extro Cosmesi? If you have, let me know your favorite scent and your thoughts. Also, I'm just curious for any feedback about Euro Soap Week. Was there any soap that I featured that you wound up going out and buying? Did you go through your shave den and kind of rediscover some old soaps that you loved in the past? Whatever ways that Euro Soap Week might have affected you, I'd also love to hear from you. All that being said, that brings us to the end of the shave. I want to thank you guys so much for your time for today's video, and also for anyone that jumped on board Euro Soap Week. I definitely appreciate your participation and just joining in the fun. I really do appreciate all your support, and I hope that you stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.